Welcome to our study. We are learning a field domains called numerical analysis. Today's video focuses on errors in division of a number. How do you obtain errors when you are dividing two numbers? We are letting our numbers to be x1 and x2, where x1 and x2 are real numbers. Now we are letting capital X to be equal to x1 divided by x2. So how do you obtain error when you are dividing two numbers? Relative error is obtained by error in x divided by x, which is equivalent to error in x1 divided by x multiplied by partial derivative of x with respect to x1 plus error in x2 divided by capital X multiplied by partial derivative of x with respect to x2 of plus the other values in case we are dealing with more than two numbers. In our case, so we take partial derivative of this capital X with respect to x1. And when you do that, when you differentiate x1, the result is 1 divided by x2. Then you take partial derivative of x here, capital X, with respect to x2. And when we do that, we are going to obtain a negative x1 divided by x2 squared. When you differentiate 1 over x2, the result is negative 1 divided by x2 squared by quotient rule. Then we substitute in this formula here. We substitute the partial of x with respect to x1, and we also substitute the partial of x with respect to x2 to obtain the following. So instead of partial of x with respect to x1, we substitute it with the 1 divided by x2 multiplied by x2 over x1 plus the partial of x2. The partial of x with respect to x2 is this one, so we substitute it here, and we take which is negative x1 over x2 squared multiplied by x2 over x1. We simplify here by x2, then we are going to be left with, so here we shall be left with error in x1 divided by x1 plus error in x2 divided by x2. Then, so this is the general formula for obtaining error when you are dividing two numbers. The general formula for obtaining error when you are dividing two numbers, it is error in x1 divided by x1, where x1 is the numerator, plus error in x2 divided by x2, where x2 it is the number in the denominator. So here you are required to find the relative error, absolute error, and percentage error in calculation of these two numbers, 7.053 divided by 0.356. Kindly work out this equation and let me know how you are working on the comment below in the case of any question asked. And also remember to subscribe to this channel so that you may also see the working of this question in the subsequent video which I will upload for us. Remember, the general formula is this one: error in x1 divided by x1 plus absolute of error in x2 divided by x2. Here, x1 is the numerator and x2 is the denominator. That is how you obtain the relative error of two numbers when you are dividing them. Bye bye. See you in the next presentation as we keep on learning together.